Good evening and welcome back to the Mancunian Way. It's Wednesday night and it's that time. We're going stateside. And Danny and Vader are with us. The rest are going to join soon. Rajak's having some issues. Tariq will be with us shortly, and I don't know where Ed is. It's just disappeared. Are we all right, gentlemen? How are we?
I'm good.
I'm very good. How are you?
I'm very good. Hello to everyone in the chat. Hope you are well. We'll say some hellos in a minute. I know Vader's going to go down Jeremy Doku glazing because that's all he's done now for the last 5 days. So we are going to give Vader his own Jeremy Doku section. See, I do watch. Sometimes
I will be doing a lot of speaking of many City players, but yeah, Jeremy Doku is on the list.
Big up, Paddy. How you doing, mate? Hope you are well. Yeah. Good evening, all the legends in the chat. Let's get them likes nice and early. YouTube is struggling at the minute, so we really do need your help with the likes and pushing everything out. That would be amazing. Good evening, Ed. Better late than never. Man don't return his WhatsApps, but you spent all yesterday bombarding me with WhatsApps with Twitter links.
Wow. Exposed.
Ed's got nothing to say. I guess it's true.
You know, hey, listen, you know, big up Ed for the updates. It's when I'm busy, like I just come in and got like 15 like X links to quotes and everything. Also, KDB scores fair play, but KDB should only get a reception only. Yes, we are going to talk about this tonight. He should not be wanting it. Yeah, I want him to score because what we do, this is crazy. You're not going to like this, but tomorrow he is part of the enemy.
Mm-hmm.
Smash the likes, everyone. Big up Dash. Yes, big up, by the way. If you are, please be nice to people. I'm seeing a lot of this at the minute where everyone's being a bit of a miserable sod with people at the minute. Let's be nice to people. You know, we lost a City fan legend, boxing legend. Come on. We need to, and we all know the circumstances, sadly. I won't go into it, but yeah, there's a link. If you do need help, DMs, emails, everyone is open. We're all here. I like to think we're a good community. Let's help each other. And if you are in distress or you need some help, just talk. Anyone that isn't receiving help on the mental health from friends and family, then please contact organisations like Samaritans. It is up to you, but the link is above from Dash. Big up, mate. Right, anyone going tomorrow? Mate, I'm going. Tickets still available. Yeah, I was just looking at Danny online. There's about 2,000 tickets left at the moment. All Gemmeling South Stand upper. About 2,000. I was going to have an early night. I bet you were. Yeah, there's the link if anyone wants to get tickets for tomorrow. They are quite cheap. I know it is cheap as in relevancy of the game. I don't mean cheap as in cheap. Get your tickets tomorrow if you can come along. Still plenty to come and see KDB. Do it for Kev. Also, by the way, don't forget Bolton next Tuesday. You want to get down, you're struggling with Huddersfield or you're struggling with other games. £10 adults, £5 tickets. Let's go and give the future of Manchester City a big plug for next week in the Turvu. Is it Turvu? I don't know how to pronounce that.
What, the Bolton Stadium? I think it's called the
the cup. The Turvu
Cup, the Virtu Trophy, I think.
Virtu. It used to be, well, for the old City fans.
Constance Paint Trophy.
Yeah. All sorts. So, yeah. Get in there, yep. Spot on, Andrew. Let's create an atmosphere tomorrow. KDB is a legend of this football club. However, the amount of people, this wanting to score 5 and come on. I want Kev to get stinker and hopes. Hope we don't play like Sam Allardyce. You're not a fan of this football, are you, Pardo? I can tell. Martin with a cold or off. Cold. If you have joined us from the South Stand, big up. I played spectator tonight. That was all. I let other people have their opinions. Did Chelsea fans want Lampard to score versus 7-15 when he did? No, but they applaud. Exactly. Listen, you can applaud him and you give him the plaudits, but during the game, he's in a Napoli shirt. Remember that. We're Manchester City FC, not KDB FC. I'm going hopefully a full strength side. Listen, if Kushner is 1-on-1 against Kev, then I want Kushner to clatter. Yeah, I don't want him to snap his leg though. I mean, I'm not going to go that far. I'm looking forward to seeing Kevin again. Big up, Shake. Bolton away is available on Bolton's website. Yes, it is. Big up, Harry. Busy time at the moment. I'm at Huddersfield too. Yeah, that's going to be an amazing night. Message me, Andrew. Let you know what block I'm in, mate. Hope we don't play like Sam Allardyce side we eliminated last Sunday. Unbelievably horrible to watch. JPT, John Paint, yeah. Pardo, I enjoyed it. Martin Hayes said, but I think the atmosphere won't be good tomorrow. Look at the amount of seats in the third tier. Yes, there is a lot. Jay, big up, mate. Go and give Jay Talk Sport a lot of love. Go and hit that subscribe button. Go and give Jay a lot of love. Donnarumma, Rico, Diaz, Gabardio, Ake, Nico, G, Reinders, Foden, Sabio, Bob, Ireland. Okay, I'm going to start that. We'll come back to that in a minute. Pissed off about that Huddersfield trade situation being closed. Yes, it is closed. Right, gentlemen. As always, it's your show. Good evening, Raja. Don't worry about the technical difficulties. Loving the haircut. Loving the new trim.
Appreciate it. My wife did it.
Impressive.
Where do you want to go?
Haircut.
I want to start with Derby, Napoli. You tell me. It's your show. You go with it.
All right, I'll go. Listen. Derby Day.
That was a bit. You all right there, Bayer?
What do you mean? Yes, I am.
It was a bit that grunt. Then it was a bit.
Yeah, I'm about to get into this because a lot was made up going into this derby. A lot was said. A lot was questioned. A lot was speculated. A lot was doubted. So it's funny because I really enjoyed this show. I really enjoyed this show. We're able to give our opinions and obviously we don't link up all the time and sometimes we talk over Twitter X Spaces. So we hear our points, but we don't get to converse back and forth. The amount of doubt, the amount of concern, the amount of worry that a portion of the City fan base, I'm not going to say all, that had after the Brighton game and obviously the international break that allows everything to just fester, allows everyone to go and computate and track back and then revisit transfer windows and revisits players and what they did and didn't do and questioning Pep. And now there's so much that's quote unquote said or doubted of him. This derby was so satisfying. And I'm going to say it was satisfying because of how it dealt with a lot of the questions that City fans had going into it. I expect rivals. I expect rivals to throw in all of the doubt, all of the misfortunes, all of the errors that have happened in the past. But when you hear the same exact talking points that rivals bring up and said with confidence or with trust and vim from our fan base, I'm like, damn, we're in a bad place. And we're in a bad place after 2 losses. And you know what? The Spurs win, everyone's telling me your standards are low if you accept losing the Spurs. You're terrible if you think they are a bogey team. It's clubs have games like this. Clubs have where, for whatever reason, games are extremely difficult or happen to go the wrong way. We didn't play right. I'm not even going to say the reason why we played poor was because it was Spurs, but we didn't play a good game. They actually played a very good game. And Brighton, we played well, but didn't end the game well. We played poor to close out that game. This derby was so satisfying because it quieted everybody. It quieted the haters, and it quieted the rivals as well as the City fans that were in so much doubt. And the questions that I wanted to say going into this game was, can Pep change? Does Pep know what our best 11 is? Does Pep know how to switch up what he's done in the past? Has Pep fallen in love too much with the success of the treble season, and that's the only way he sees playing football? Of course not. There's so many examples that we have that should allow a portion of the fan base that do have all these questions to kind of relax. Donnarumma is one of them. If we were going to do the same old thing that we always do, we would have went and got whatever the closest thing is to an Ederson. The club didn't do that. Pep didn't do that. Pep didn't try to make Donnarumma play like Ederson. So this game was great because Donnarumma's debut was amazing, in my opinion, because he came to play in a derby. And on top of that, players that had good international breaks like Doku, and I'm saving my Doku cooking and according to you, my Doku glazing for later in the show.
I've just been told you've been doing it. I will not reveal the source. I've just been told you were doing a better glazing. Quite rightly so.
If you don't praise a player after that type of performance, I don't know when you do. Like if a player that was under so much scrutiny, a player that's told he plays like a chicken with his head cut off, a player that everyone says he's not City's level, a player that everybody wants to criticize and said he doesn't do enough G&A when you compare him to Sané, Sterling, and Mahrez. Mahrez, one of the best we've ever seen in this league, and Sterling, definitely one of the best we've ever seen. And obviously the stint that Sané had was very impressive. When you have all of that, of course I'm going to quote unquote overpraise him. And I don't think I'm overpraising because he had a great performance. Like, that's the player that we know is available. We just ask for consistency of Doku. Not that he can't reach that level. In my opinion, I don't have doubts that he can play at that level. I have doubts on whether he can do it consistently. And that's what I want to see. And we saw him do this in a derby. And we saw Pep trust him to start in a derby. And he played on the left. He played on the right. He was playing a little centrally. So Pep said, granted, there's some freedom that you'll have, free roam for all of my EAFC players. And then he also showed that the connection between him and Holland is there. Just give it some damn time. And I want to also I have to give praise, obviously. And I'm long-winded. Hope I won't say too much that you guys will also say. But I have to give praise to a player that when I say many, I mean rivals as well as our fan base, that question our player of the year from 2 years ago. Players that fans that doubted him for having an off season, which from a club standpoint, we all had a off season. We all had an off season with regards to the player, if you want to say the manager as well. But the amount of questions and doubt with regards to Foden or questioning whether he was deserving of the award or whether he was that important. Foden loves these derbies. Let's not forget, he's had a hat trick. Him and Holland had a hat trick playing against United. So he played well, and we see the difference of a healthy player and a player playing through a little niggle, playing through an injury. This is Foden. This is Foden healthy. And Holland is great. And I'll praise Holland for how he played because he was phenomenal. How he was not only doing what he did offensively, not only doing what he did in terms of connecting play at times, but when he recognized the importance of the entire game. Did he not have 3-4 clearances playing like a prime Vincent Company at center back when
he led all 22 players in like defensive actions about 55 minutes in? And my jaw dropped when that came up.
He was phenomenal. I was yelling like, "Go, Holland! No, don't go out! Don't go out yet!" I was yelling for him to stay in that 18-yard box because you know that what they were trying to do, and he was phenomenal. And then one last thing with the rest of Holland, as phenomenal as he was, he should have scored 3 or 4. Like he left goals on that pitch, guys. Like, I don't know how that one that kind of like skirted off the post and didn't go in. I don't know how that happened. And the goals that we left on that pitch didn't stop with him. It also stopped with Reinders. Reinders owes us 2. I forget who was. I think Doku was 1 assist to him, and who released the other one. But Reinders owes us 2 goals. So it's one of those where we played incredibly well.
Are you counting these up? Are you getting receipts out here already?
Yeah. Oh, I got a note here in terms of Reinders. You still owe me one from last game. Holland, you still owe me 2.
He owes you one.
Yeah. A couple
Holland
seasons ago.
About 50 then.
Yeah. Hey, listen, Holland's goal tally would be ridiculous if 2 things happened. If he hit as many gimmies as he kind of had, and 2, if Pep didn't sub him as quick as Pep has done. Pep in that first year was subbing Holland to keep him hungry, keep him salivating, keep him just eager to score goals. If that didn't happen, who knows where that goal tally would be. But I know I'm talking along with it. With regards to Reinders,
we need to get a Veta Games run, don't we? We need to get a Veta Games run.
I'm gonna say,
you should call it Vader Vents, so it's VV.
Yeah,
I like that. Oh, good branding. That's good branding.
Don't be dicking it onto your own channel.
I won't put it on my channel. Relax. I talk it up on mine. But across the board, guys, I just think we all need to show a little more patience. Yes, we can question players and managers and performances, but we need to show patience. If we're going to be honest, if this is really a rebuild, if Pep is trying to get these new addition players up to pace and speed with what we're doing, we're going to have ups and downs. And why would we even understand that we're in a rebuild and then demand us challenging for the title? Like, understand that we want to challenge for this Prem. It's going to be ups and downs, but the crashing outs are just, I said it on my show. This performance quieted everybody, calmed the heck down. And this is what was needed. Because Ed, I'll throw it to you or Danny and Rajak. I was fearful of us being the club to have not lose to United, but to have dropped points and where this fan base would have gone. Because it's already an emotional week, right? We got this, we got KDB, and we got Arsenal on Sunday, which is another thing that I'm going to complain about with us playing Thursday and them playing yesterday, and we're both playing on Sunday. But that's I love the derby. I love the derby. I love the performance. I noticed that everyone's a little quieter with the criticism of Pep and the players, and I'm happy for it.
Well, you just went on the South somewhere. Wow.
No,
I was in the chat.
That was great. You know, Tottenham, I agree with Vader. It's a bogey game. You can kind of make that excuse. You know, United used to struggle with Swansea all the time, for example. Arsenal never used to win at Old Trafford. That wasn't always made a huge thing of. Brighton, after Brighton, I called into question, where's the headspace of this team? Can they play as a team? Is there leadership? And my questions got totally kicked out the window on Sunday, and I was so happy about that. You know, the scoreline is one thing. You can beat people 3-0. Last season, in our 1-14, we beat Forest 3-0. But then again, it wasn't really like an ugly, passionate win. We got it sort of all our own way that day. So I was like, are we really, truly out of it? On Sunday, I saw us fight. We scored 3 very good goals, sure, but I saw us fight. I saw Haaland acting like a leader, defending, linking up the play. I saw Diaz being a leader. He is a leader no matter how much people want to criticize him. Donnarumma debuting in a derby, he understood the assignment. He understood the magnitude of the game he was playing in. The guy's Italian. I mean, he doesn't understand English football potentially, but he played in Milan derbies. He knows what it means to play in the local derby, bragging rights and all that. He was fantastic. He looked like he'd been here for years. I was very, very happy with that, despite my long-time criticism of his signing. I was very, very happy with that. Foden looked like a man reborn. He almost looked like how he did in his breakout season in COVID, where he looked so dangerous on the break. Like very, very direct. A lot of it reminded me of the second leg of PSG back in 2021, where we soaked up a lot of pressure and played very, very direct. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, we're in. Clinical finishing. And just very passionate at the back. And I love that. You know, the derby last year and the derby this year, we scored the 1-0 both times. The celebrations were night and day. Vardy opened the scoring last year. It was very, very muted. You had Haaland jump on his back, and that was about it. There was a fucking dog pile in front of the family stand in the South stand. Can't remember what way we were attacking in the first half. Mate, Husanov was shouting his lungs out. This guy doesn't speak fluent English, and he knows what it means to play in a game like this. I was happy with what I saw in terms of the tangible stuff and the intangible stuff. Of course, it's worth noting, you know, it is United. I'm not going to say it's just United. That's disrespectful to the occasion and to United themselves. I mean, I don't care about disrespecting United. That being said, but the tests get more difficult this upcoming week. We face Napoli and we face Arsenal. Neither of those teams have conceded a goal from open play this season. So we'll see if our sort of more direct way of attacking will sort of cut it against these teams. This will sort of show where we're actually at, and these are better litmus tests. But for now, I am extremely pleased with Sunday, and I'm very excited to see how we set up tomorrow. So,
well, I pretty much agree with everything that's been said so far. I will say, and I'll preface I'll be a little bit more negative than the two positive takes so far, but I think that this was our best performance of the season in general. I think it was better than the Wolves game as a whole, because in Wolves game, I feel like there was chances for Wolves, and they're just, unfortunately for them, don't have the quality or didn't take it on the occasion. Whereas I feel like United never really had much going for them at all. There was a late fury of, you know, a couple of attempts, like the Mbeumo shot, the Casemiro, like, was he onside? Was he offside? The other Mbeumo one where he couldn't sort his feet out quick enough to redirect towards goal. But the game was over at that point. I mean, it was 3-0 in the 80th plus minute. So on the whole, I feel like best performance of the season. However, individually, I was not super impressed with Rodri. I thought he was not as good or up to his typical standard in general. Maybe it's just a getting back to fitness and whatnot situation. But
Rajak, can I ask you real quick?
Sure.
Can I ask you real quick? When you say standard, do you mean what you've seen of the season? Like, do you think he had a poor game to what you've seen so far this season?
Yeah, honestly.
Okay.
I just thought he was loose with the ball. I don't know. He seemed, I don't want to say slow, because he's not really slow, but
he was sloppy with some touches.
Again, Bernardo, I don't think was fantastic. It did look slow. There were points when I was sitting there watching, I'm like, man, Bernardo, you have no separation pace whatsoever. And I know it's not shocking or anything, but
Rajak,
go ahead.
Can I please? So is it the performance you saw from Bernardo? Is it you wouldn't have started him, or you didn't like him in possession? Because I asked the in possession part because I'm watching that, and I think Pep's got him helping with the pressing that Haaland isn't quite good at.
I'll be honest. I mean, when I watched, I feel like, and I know this happens when you get older, you lose a step. I just feel like, maybe that's obvious to say, but Bernardo is just not the same Bernardo anymore. Yes, he runs 10K a game or whatever, but I don't feel any sort of danger zone or threatening ability. Maybe that's what I mean.
Yeah, Rajak, I agree with you. In possession, it's the same thing. I'm like, ooh, don't invite someone getting so close to you. You can't fend them off anymore, or you're not going to be able to really lull them to sleep and get past them. Like, I agree. He doesn't have that when we're in possession, and he's playing as an attacking winger. But that's why I just challenge you a little bit on the defensive end. For me, it's clear why Pep has him out there.
Sure,
but
sure.
I hear your point. I hear your point.
Yeah. And then the third player that for me was not super impressive was Reinders. I feel like he was great in the Wolves game, but again, I didn't think he was fantastic in the derby. Everyone else I thought was great. Foden I thought was the best performance in Bear time. Holland was amazing. Nico O'Reilly at left back was great, which is something I would love to see going forward. I feel like Nico O'Reilly left back, for now, it allows him, I don't know, maybe more freedom to move, and he doesn't have to rely like on the midfield technical, like close touch ability that maybe he doesn't quite have yet. The back line I thought was solid. Kusanov was great. Donnarumma was great. So all in all, I think great performance, but I had just a couple of, maybe I'm nitpicking, but
I hear no. That's fair. That's fair. I mean, we didn't play a perfect game. The players didn't have 10 out of 10s, right? No, that's all really fair.
Constructive.
Yeah. Now, what did you guys think? And Danny and Ed, what did you guys think of Kusanov? Do you think it's a temporary fix with him, or do you want to see him there, consistently?
I think the sample size is still too small for me to say it's a permanent fix. It's only been sort of 2 full 90s, 2 full games. He was very good at the Bernabeu last season. He was very good against United. I want to see him against more tricky wingers, because my doubt with him when he plays out wide is how he can defend 1v1 when he's isolated. With Diallo, he was sort of floating around all over the place. And then Dorgu's not really a winger. He made a couple sort of silly fouls that can be taught, but we'll see if he continues to play there. You know, he'll play against the likes of Martinelli, maybe even against Eze, and that'll be more of a test for him. So as the sample size grows bigger, I'll probably have a more definitive answer for you. But for now, it's still a sticky plaster. It's not as much of a sticky plaster as Nunez or even Rico, but it's still a bit of a sticky plaster, and he is absolutely still a project for us. He's still not at his peak, a totally established player. So we'll see how he progresses, and progression isn't linear. He'll have his good games, he'll have his bad games. So
just for to bring Ed in,
be patient.
I just need to do these memberships because they've stacked up a little bit. Big up Simon Clark for the 20 months. Big up, mate. Thank you so much for that. Really appreciate your continued support. Cade with a 27. Thank you so much, mate. From the beginning, means a lot. Thank you so much. Amar and Dash with the 17 apiece. Thank you very much, guys. You must have done it at the same time, so big up, guys. And Joshua has renewed his membership for 1 month, which means
I'm emotional. I mean, this is a dream come true. All these guys deserve. All these guys around here.
There you go. Right, go on then, Ed. We're going to do the big intro.
Oh, here we go.
Nah, man. I think when we were just talking about to the United game, it was just good to see, some particular things. For me, it was good to see Foden in the middle. I know we talked a lot about last week where we would play Foden to get the best, maybe out of our midfield, or just for the team to be settled down. And, it was good to see him back in there. Probably one of his better performances carrying over from the Club World Cup, where we thought he was getting back into gear. I think he just continued that into this game. It showed the impact he did have in our team when he is in the middle, because, his link up with Doku, his link up with, knowing when to drop deep, help collect the ball, ball recoveries. It was just really good to see him back in there, and the goal was just a cherry on top for me. Huzanov, I think we all been talking about Huzanov needs to be in this team. However, Pep can maybe fit him into this team with what he provides. We're just talking about pace in the back line, and I think that was kind of evident against United at times. I think he cleared up some things when they maybe had a chance. They could have knocked it behind, or there's not, and he was there to cover up a lot of things for us. And I think it's hard to see how Huzanov isn't in this team as it is currently for me. Holland, I'll say is probably. I mean, if you're just talking about overall performance, about what we maybe have been asking from him a little bit more, when you're just talking about movement, when you're just talking about being a leader, when you're talking about holding up the ball, you know, I think that's probably one of his best performances in a very long time for me. When you're just talking about the full package. And, you know, a lot of times we just talk about the goals he brings us. Um, but I think people forget that he can hold up the ball. You know, maybe he's not an Aguero, maybe he's not a Harry Kane, but he does have that in his locker. And, you know, my challenge for him is, you know, don't make this a one off. You know, you're too good for this to be a one off. Because when he is displaying all those skills, he's unplayable. He just is. Um, Another thing we talked about, you know, Donnarumma. Wow, man. Like, you know I brought this up last week. It was aura, was presence in that back line, the confidence he might give those people in the back line. And I think, you know, just from the actions of the players on the pitch, the comments after the game, I think you can definitely see his impact in the dressing room already. You know, that's not a knock against Trafford. He has all the potential to be, you know, a really good goalkeeper, but as constructed right now, I can say Donnarumma was probably a good choice to bring him in just because of the experience, just because of just the belief factor.
Yeah.
You
Ed,
know,
Ed,
so
let me add on to that too, because one thing that was like it jumped off the screen. Okay, obviously I'm over here in Toronto, I'm watching the game. It jumped off at the screen was when he made that save. Almost to a man, everyone went up to him and be like, "Good job, great save," whatever, pat him on the back or hugged him or bumped him or whatever. It was like, you're one of us. And he played so well. Even when a few free kicks that were happening late in the game and he was arranging the wall and I think he told Doku to get out of the wall and had Foden or whatever. It was one of those where that experience, you can't quantify it. You really can't judge. And again, there's something with gaining experience with Trafford will be able to do, but then there's also having been there and maybe having been in the moments to just have a different level of confidence and settling everybody down. I thought it was so telling on how the players greeted him and congratulated him, man. It was an amazing, tough debut for Derby.
Body language is absolutely everything to me, like I said a few minutes ago. I'll go back to that PSG game that I was talking about when beating 2-0. They were celebrating blocks like goals. Stones and Diaz would be chest bumping. Zinchenko would be pumping his fist. That's the kind of stuff I want to see. More than these 4-0, 5-0, 3-0 wins. I want to see passion. I want to see engagement. And that's what I saw. That pleases me more than any scoreline. Application. It's all that for me.
and you know and we all been saying this. He's one of the best goalkeepers in the world, right? And I think the team, even, you know, we have people in the team that have played against him and know what it is like to play against him. And just to have that in your team, because I was listening to a show previously, it's like the opponent strikers know it's going to take one of their best shots to get past this guy.
Yeah.
And psychologically, that can have an impact
100%.
as well.
Yeah, you're thinking about contact with the ball. You're thinking about, do I place it low? Do I go top? Like, yeah, it's not just let me put it on net because this keeper isn't that high rated. So, yeah, you're absolutely right. Absolutely.
Big up, Tariq. How you doing, man?
What's going on, everybody? Glad to be on. Sorry I was late.
All good.
Do you want to talk down before we move on? Because I've got a lot to say on that.
Well, you know, what I want to talk about. What I want to talk about.
KDB love anymore. Can't do this KDB loving anymore.
Yeah. So definitely want to talk KDB because, you know, but what I do want to talk about is Vader in his spreadsheet of missed opportunities. I heard that when I was coming in and I was like, wow. But hey, you know, everybody's gonna. I'd be interested. Not that I expect him to keep this up.
I'm coming with receipts.
Yeah,
30 seconds.
I'd be interested to see what that sheet looks like at the end of the season to see, how many goals we could have had from different people. But no, I won't hold it against Vader for keeping track. No, KDB. So I do want. I look. I'm going to be honest. I have not broken up with KDB yet. I am still in love with him, and so I want him to play well, just not well enough for them to win. We win. I don't care how many goals he has, as long as we win. I want him to play well. I can't bring myself yet to want him to play poorly. I just want us to play better. That's all.
Okay. No.
What's a 4-3 KDB hat trick?
There you go. You know what? I would be like, all's well that ends well. As long as we're on top, who cares?
Because you know what's going to happen. We'll concede 3, and that's what people will see. They'll say, "Oh, we conceded 3. We're going to get battered by Arsenal now."
No,
Danny,
but what will happen?
Be worse than that.
But what will happen is he'll score 3 or whatever, and then everyone will say, "See, I knew it was the wrong decision."
Yes,
and then that will be whatever. And I won't agree with that. But again, it's just hard for me to say. I hope he's poor. I don't. I just don't. I just hope that I hope his team is poor. I hope he puts the ball on a plate for everybody, and they just miss a million chances. I don't care.
Tariq, you're doing
just as long as we win.
Lukaku's not playing. Otherwise, we probably would.
They
got Højlund.
Oh yeah, I guess
you guys are we can't allow this. We can't be having the thought. We can't have the brain waves out there that are encouraging KDB to have a good game. It's too dangerous.
Do you want me to tell you the truth, or do you want me to lie to you?
Your truth is fine, but
because I'm going to be honest with you, I don't
want it spreading. Tariq, I don't want yours spreading inception to everybody else and them thinking like you. We can't, guys. We can't have KDB have a good game and even us win. It's going to be too venomous. It's going to be too dangerous. It's going to be corrosive. It's going to be that little bit of poison that can just do too much within this fan base. This fan base is so fragile to begin with. KDB having a masterclass. Oh my goodness. Because another thing, maybe you guys are being a little short-sighted. If that happens, that means he's doing it against one of our players. That means he's doing it against the midfield or whoever's defending him. No, we cannot. Now, I said this.
But you're saying that like this is something new. I mean, they've trained together for how many years? If he scores against, if he goes against Diaz and he scores against him, Diaz is gonna be like, I've seen that a million times. Who cares?
Man, nah. Trading is one thing. We see just a fraction of what happens in trading. Out on the bright lights, Champions League night, and the clips that are gonna rotate out there now with social. No, we can't have it. Now, I want to say this real quick. Shameless plug, because I said this on my show. I'm curious now. Guys, I'm curious, Martin, because I know you're going to go on your rant a little later. I'm curious, and I don't want you stealing my bars. I'm curious to see how Pep decides to defend against KDB. So I used a reference because my son's into comics and movies, and he talked about how there's this one movie where the League of Doom, is it the League of Doom? Yeah, the Legion of Doom. The Legion of Doom. They end up taking out all these superheroes, right? They take out the Flash, they take out Wonder Woman, they take out Superman. They have all of them taken out with these traps. And it turns out that they were able to do all this because they were able to crack and hack Batman's file, and Batman had his own contingency plan on how to deal with superheroes. I'm curious to see how Pep, what was Pep's contingency? What is his plan? If Pep ever had to stop KDB, how would he set us up? So I'm interested in this chess match to see, okay, is Pep going to do man marking on KDB? Someone's going to shadow him all day. Is he going to drop the line back a little bit? That's going to be so fascinating to me. But at the end of the day, unlike Tariq, I don't want KDB to have a good game. I can't deal with that. I can't.
That is a very good question, because you lose fitness, you lose legs as you get older. You never lose vision or weight of pass. He could be running at two feet per second, he could still pick out Højlund from his own penalty box. You don't defend against a version of KDB, so it is interesting.
Oh, you can, but the trouble is he's passing to Højlund and not Haaland anymore.
True.
Now I've said that, he's bagging.
I mean, the reality is Højlund has been at his worst, his absolute worst when he was on United. Everyone that leaves United goes up levels. They don't go down. So he'll be better than he was. We just hope it's not against us tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see.
Okay.
Here we go. The question we've all been waiting for.
I have no doubt KDB is a Manchester City legend and he's going to get the statue outside the North Stand, new hotel, everything rightfully deserved. This thing of some are going to celebrate tomorrow night if KDB scores. People are going to do all this. He's coming to beat us. KDB's not sat there going, I had 10 years at City. I won't assist. I won't score. There's a difference between before the game, clap him. After the game, clap him. Before the game, I hope he has the shittest game in the whole of the world. This stuff. When did we are Manchester City FC? At no part am I going into the Etihad to watch KDB FC tomorrow night.
No.
I'm going to watch Manchester City, not KDB.
Yeah.
End of.
So you don't want him to do an Adebayor celebration in front of the family stand. That's what
No,
you're
because
saying.
he won't. He won't. I
would never
know
do that.
tomorrow some fans, and I think they're going to be the small minority. Because one thing I have realised in 2025, there are some fans who are player fans, not club fans. And they follow the player, like Ronaldo and Messi, you know. And I get that, and that's fine. But this bullshit of KDB, you know, I hope he scores, and I hope he does this, and I hope he does that. Bollocks to that. I hope he drops the biggest stinker in the world tomorrow.
Yeah.
Simple factor.
Yeah.
Who the hell's got sound effects?
I feel like I'm in a space.
I don't know, but I love it. Ed,
is that you?
We know it's Ed. Come on. Of course it's Ed. But
someone's got sound effects.
But I would never. I'm not gonna celebrate if he scores.
By the way, big up LB.
Yeah, for sure.
My guy.
I'm never gonna celebrate if he scores against us.
Don't say it. Don't say I want him to have a good game though.
That's what I'm saying. I would not. I'm not gonna have a problem if he has a good game and we win. Now, if he has a good game and we lose, I'm gonna be highly disappointed. But as long as we win, I'm gonna be okay.
All right,
Big up Miami Snoopy.
5-1? I mean, don't get me wrong. If we we win 5-1 and KDB gets consolation at the end, I'll go with that.
What if we won 5 and he gets 3?
I'm going to applaud him if he assists. Balls to that. He's getting the middle finger out of me tomorrow if he does that. You're getting the middle finger, son. You're in an Napoli shirt. You're not in a City one. Same with David Silva. Same with Sergio Aguero. I am there to support Manchester City. That's it. That's my job tomorrow.
When Burnley came to the Etihad in 2018, no one was saying, "I hope Joe Hart makes 27 saves and they beat us 1-0." No one was. So what's the difference? It's crazy to me. It's absolutely crazy.
Bet when Kyle Walker comes back, everyone goes, "Bet
everyone's gonna boo him, mate."
But see, this is the difference because no one's gonna say that about Kyle Walker because Kyle Walker is not KDB. He is a legend absolute legend. He is one of the best in the PL ever, but he's just not KDB. And so KDB is he gets an extra level of love that everybody else just doesn't get.
Before and after, not during.
Not during the game.
I don't want him. I'm not gonna if he scores, I'm not gonna be like, but I am gonna be like, dang. And at the end of the game, I'll be like, hey, he had a great game. Big up to him. I'm not gonna celebrate him scoring against us, but I am. I'm gonna feel a little
have a wry smile
nostalgia.
Yeah, you're gonna have a wry smile.
Nah, man. Look,
I'm gonna say it had to be him. It just had to be him because I feel like every time any former City player comes back, I'm always thinking they're going to be the one that breaks my heart. Regardless of how, whether it's someone that's, only been like more of an academy player, aka Sancho, or Brahim Diaz, any of those people.
Palmer bags for Chelsea, would you applaud it?
No, because I don't have the same. I don't have the same. I don't have the same.
I know it's Vader.
I don't have the same affinity.
Go down.
Yeah, I don't have the same affinity for Cole Palmer that I do for KDB. So
here's something.
And hold on, one more thing. KDB did not leave us. We left him. We said, it's not you, it's me. That's what we said to KDB. We said
we did the same thing to Walker.
And Aguero and Walker.
No, Walker left and went to Milan. Walker chose to leave in the middle of the worst. You don't want to bring Walker into this. This is the last person to bring into this.
We don't want this Walker debate. We'll do that for the Burnley build-up.
David Silva, Vincent Kompany, Sergio Aguero, all of those people. Yeah, that's the conversation we can have.
But Tariq, Vincent Kompany came back with Bale in the FA Cup, and we slapped the piss out of him.
Absolutely, he's a manager. He's not on the pitch.
No one said before that. Oh, I hope Kompany does. It was slap them.
But I did hope that they won every other game except for when we were playing them. Now that didn't happen, obviously, but I love and to be fair,
for the two, mate. How did Daniele get in the show? He is the sound effects guy.
It's actually like it's a good question though. Like, how many like goals by ex players can you think of? The one I think of is Negredo for Borough in 2017 when we drew 2-2. I remember that goal. It's actually an interesting question. We went through years of this. Remember that a player hasn't scored in 6 months, or they've gone a year without a goal. Yeah.
Or
Yeah, of course.
You always went stick a tenner on them scoring against us. Yeah, they're going to do it.
I think there's also this layer, right? And I in a certain degree, you can't avoid this because obviously the fan base grows. But when Martin said earlier, there are those Player FC fans, but there is also those I'm right fans, right? And not to piggyback on what you were saying on your other show, because I don't want it to make it seem like I'm speaking of the same thing or applying it to the same people that are on that panel. But there is the portion of I know better than Pep fan base, right?
And I know you're digging that.
No, I'm not. No, it's not a dig. I mean, there's a portion of the fan base that are like, I'm better than Pep or I'm better than the club, and decisions at the club, they should have never made this. They should have never gone this route. And obviously, nothing's perfect, right? But if it happens to be a KDB brilliant game, not only we made the mistake of not holding onto KDB, then there's the why couldn't our manager do this with KDB? Right?
I did with him.
You know what I mean? Why couldn't our manager had done or set him up to be like this? You know, like that whole question. So I'm not gonna be hate watching KDB, but I'm not gonna want him to have any type of masterclass and us win in addition to that.
I think Paul makes a great point. I want to get your opinion on this, Ed and Raja. Start with Ed then. I think this has been our major problem for the last 3 or 4 years. We've been too sentimental. We have been so sentimental and so emotional, rightfully so, because we've let go players who have earned the statues I think we've just gone into this very emotional mindset, and we stopped being ruthless. Because I think 3 or 4 years ago we were ruthless. We were. We were. Mahrez, player of the season in the Premier League. We're having him. Grealish did very well for Villa. We're having him. And then it stopped. We tried to be, and I honestly believe this. I think as a club, and I also think as a fan base, we were too nice to rivals and to other people.
No, I'm not having it. I'm not having it.
I don't think we've given enough venom on the 115, enough venom on the APT. I think we've allowed people to talk shit on our heads for far too long. And I think as a club, we became a little bit soft internally. And I think now we've gone, This is now about us. We are Manchester City. This stops now. We've had a year and a half of softness. This has to stop.
I'll agree with that. I'll agree with it's gone to a point. We've been pushed so far, backs against the wall. Now we're fighting back. But us being a little too sentimental, and you want to go back, I truly believe we are fighting on too many fronts. I think we were pursuing our trouble season, and that's the year the 115 hit us. So there was we're all going to rally together. We remember that press conference where he said, I'm not going anywhere, and everybody was ready, marching forward. But that 115 cloud has been over our heads for a minute. I think it affected us in recruiting. I think it affected us with getting quote-unquote marquee players and having some big signings, because the season before the 115, we did the craziness. We got Holland, we got Alvarez, we got Ortega, and we got Akanji. Like we moved like a big club, but the 115 hit, and I think we weren't able to move consistently. And I think we were doing a few things in the media standpoint or PR standpoint to not bring the light onto us, right? Not to bring too much, because we were fighting the 115, and then eventually we ended up fighting the APT. I think that's, let me knock on wood. I think a lot of those off the pitch fights are behind us now. And obviously when you have other clubs spending the way they spend and the way it's now talked about, like that's what you do. That's how you compete. That's how you retain titles, that we can now freely go out and spend like we should be spending to go after and be dominant like we used to. And no one can talk crap about us because other clubs have been doing it and it seems fine. So I think that's the thing. I don't think we were over sentimental. I don't think we were too emotional or too caring or kind. I think we just had too many fights to have to deal with, and we've checked them off the list now, and now we can go and fight for this league moving forward.
For what you talked about with the sentimentality, I think it's always hard, when a player has a statue and he's still playing. He doesn't have a statue, but we all know he's going to have a statue.
Yeah.
Right.
Fire statue, by the way, Ed. That statue's fire. If the leaks of how it's designed.
Yeah.
Like the statue's happening because of they're just waiting for that note. It's going where the note stands. So when I think when they do the big opening, like the big set, they'll do like a ceremony, hotel, everything else, and they'll unveil it then. I bet that's probably the first thing they unveil.
Yeah. So
there's a design out somewhere. I haven't seen this.
Of the statue? Yeah, there's a rumor. I don't know if it's properly leaked, but there was maybe speculation that it would be KDB and that moment where he's lacing up his boots.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, so I mean, so there's always going to be.
Sorry, Mourinho is now confirmed as Benfica.
Benfica's manager. Woo-hoo-hoo.
He's back.
Wow.
Back to Benfica.
So for me, it's just that you're never going to get away from that, just because of just how special he was for us. But for me, I know I'm more focused about how we play, how we set up, how our players are performing, rather than the whole KDB thing. It's just personally for me, I think we have so much going on our end that I can't really hope. I want us to get back in a winning mindset. I want us to get back on a front foot, and to get some.
That's why I want the Carabao. This is why I want the Carabao. I want to get this winning mentality back into the football.
Yeah. So
I want to do what Liverpool did. So when Liverpool weren't quite strong enough to win a league, or they weren't quite strong enough to go and win all the other stuff, I think that's where Arsenal are majorly screwed up here. Arsenal were trying to win the big two, ignored everything else.
Yeah.
And the winning mentality is not there.
Yeah.
And what it is with the Carabao as well. Esteemed company used to say this: when you win a trophy in February, it gives you a nice little boost. You start your winning early in the season. It starts the winning mentality a month.
I want my Wembley March. I want March
Absolutely.
Wembley days back.
Yeah. It's a disrespected competition. We used to win it all the time as well.
Well, there's a question.
Even before
Foden
Pep, we won
role.
a few times.
I'm just because I do want to get into. I'm just going to show something because I've got a bit of an agenda tonight on this. So I do apologize. Me and an agenda never happened. So big up Foden role. Would you guys prefer a win against Arsenal or tomorrow if you were guaranteed 1 win, 1 loss? Danny, go with you.
I don't know. I feel kind of weird saying I want my team to lose a game, but
Yeah. It's a bit of a night.
Can we do a win and a draw? Can we do a win and a draw?
I'm not going to win a draw.
He didn't say you wanted them to lose, but if they were gonna
Yeah, a
win one and
guarantee.
lose one, maybe you don't like that, but you're gonna win one and lose one. Which one would you prefer to win?
The Arsenal one. Only because I've got to deal with the gallon blue pill, red pill on Tuesday. So I'm going from a personal standpoint.
I think from a logical standpoint, we have a lot less margin for error in the Premier League now that we've lost 2 of our first 3.
Yeah.
You can't really afford too many more slip-ups after this.
Yeah.
Teams got in the top 8 of Champions League last year, winning 5, drawing 2, losing 1. So if we did lose to Napoli, we could still claw it back. But losing 3 of your first 5 in the Premier League would give you a very, very big hole to climb out of. So if I was forced to choose at gunpoint, I would say Arsenal.
So I was gonna say I would rather win Arsenal too, right? But just to be contrarian, I'll say yes, losing 3 of your first 5 is bad, and no one wants to do that. But I still have 33 games to make it up. Now, all those won't be directly against,
9 points behind Arsenal, though.
That's what I'm saying. All of those won't be against title rivals, so I can't. It won't be in my hands. But I have plenty of time to whatever. And maybe if I only have 8 games, I think it's 8, whatever it is, in the Champions League. So 1 out of 8 is rough as opposed to 1 out of 38.
Big up,
That's
Tom.
just me being contrarian because I would have said Arsenal.
I would say I would agree with Danny. I would go with just winning the Arsenal game for me, at least for right now. It would feel like such a big boost. When's the last time we did well in one of these big games? It feels like we haven't beaten Liverpool in forever. We haven't beat down Arsenal in a while. We haven't, so
yeah, we've been crap against the Big Six.
We've been terrible against the Big Six. However,
well, like Foden says, it's hypothetical.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
If you're asking, what do I care more about this season, Champions League or Premier League? I would actually lean probably against most people, and I would say I more care about Champions League this season.
Wow.
Which I know people don't really like, but that's how at least.
I understand what you're saying.
Is that this season or every season? Are you a Champions League over PL period or just this season?
It's hard to say because I love winning all the trophies, but
sure.
At least at this point, I feel like a second Champions League does more than an additional Premier League does in terms of like how we are respected worldwide. And winning the Champions League is the last time that I was like brought to tears watching City play. So I want that endorphin rush again for sure.
Can't argue with
it. Sorry, 6 points. My bad. I thought it was 9 points.
See, the thing that's
big up to Mark Fogg though. Big chat, but then also gifted 10 memberships to the channel.
He
So
does it all the time. The guy's a legend. Foggy, email me because I have got your prize here. Because I need to drop it off tomorrow if you are around. So let me know, Foggy, in an email if you can. Big up, mate. You are a legend, sir. Thank you. And if you have got one, please say thank you to Foggy or anyone who's gifted you. That's what we do here. Beta's going to go. So what question can I ask to stop him going?
No, we're not doing that today. We're not doing that today.
I'm going to knock his performance at the derby, though. He's going to get a bit more inverted. What do you think? I'll let you go.
This guy's a joker. Listen, to answer that question earlier, and you know what? Ryjack brings up a good point because a second UCL would be tremendous. A second UCL when we're really not doing our best in terms of form would satisfy so much for me as well because I believe that winning the UCL is easier than the Prem. So if we do that and we're in the form that we are and we happen to win a UCL, yeah, like there's agenda Martin, there'll be agenda Vader, and I can run with that one. But we haven't beaten Arsenal in a minute. We haven't. So that game, and then when I look at the remaining fixtures in this group stage or fixture stage that we're in for the Champions League, not to be disrespectful, but we don't really have that tough of a grouping.
Yeah. Napoli's our second most difficult, probably, behind Real Madrid.
Yeah, behind Real Madrid.
That's my thing that BB's put there. We're 4 away from matching them. 5 from overtaking them.
Oh,
but the Arsenal win, I would take.
But if you do want to play that game, we're only 2 Champions Leagues off them, so you know you got to be balanced. I don't know. I Premier League is my bread and butter. I'm always Premier League.
Is the Canadian on the panel?
Wait, Sheik, is it not apparent? Is it not clear? What is it not? How can you not?
No. To make it clear,
start the politics. Don't start arguing, you lot.
No argument.
No, you don't say sorry enough. You don't say a enough. Is it clear?
Oh, true. Fair enough. But listen, guys, like always, I love the show. Love the interaction. I'll be listening. I'll try to be in the chat if I can. But have a great show. Thanks, Martin.
By the way,
take care,
big
guys.
up, mate. That game's TV. Let's get it to 2K. Come on, go and show him a lot of love. Get that legend to 2K. By the way, 100 likes. It's not get Martin's 100 likes. It's get your channel. I keep saying it. Your channel, your community. All I am is the ugly mouthpiece that talks on it. You guys are the people who run the channel. This channel is you. I keep saying it. I'm biased. I don't care. Best community in YouTube for me. We get very little arguing in the comments. There's no thing. I love it, and it is what it is. I don't know. I'm being biased. I'm sorry, but I will. So yeah, get yourselves 100 likes. Big up, Tone. By the way, I don't know if you know, Tone is doing Instagram shorts now, lives for about 15, 20 minutes.
Big up.
And yeah, keep an eye out. There might be a special Instagram one coming up soon with a few people. Right, I've got a question. Oh, he's done a super chat as well. Big up with the 199, mate. Panel Kushinov, our best right back. Our best right back. Take care, Blues. At the moment, yeah, I would agree with that. I think with the way we are set up, he is our best. I've said I want 4 centre backs. I want 4 straight defenders. Or at best 3. I want 3 out of 4. Don't mind the 8 Nori O'Reilly, but I want them 3 to be solid as rock.
Yeah, I know for me, I've always, and Mark, you know this, I've always mentioned a back 3. I think with the players we have, I think it suits us more. It makes us more solid, and it still allows for us to have an extra person in midfield if Pep does want to invert a Nori or have him overlap. We can still be covered. And for me, I would say if I had a choice between the 2 games, I would probably say Arsenal. Just because of, I do want us to perform better in big games. I think, performing in better big games also leads to better winning mentality. Just because it just felt like last season, we were going into these big games not even believing we will win them. And that's why I'm like, I want a win in Napoli to already have us for that momentum going into that game of saying we beat Serie A winners, we beat Conte and them, to give us that momentum going into Arsenal, because we really haven't had a really, I know we finished strong, but we haven't had, back-to-back really good performances or results in a while. But, I would say Arsenal to me is more important, just because, you still want to hold yourself accountable in the league, and you don't want to have a mishap where you don't take the league seriously and you miss out on UCL the following season. So I don't want that to happen either. But I understand where Rajak's coming from, and Martin to a certain degree. Like, yes, let's pick up other trophies. That doesn't mean we can't win the UCL when we don't win the league. You know, teams have done that before. That doesn't mean we can't win the FA Cup if we don't win the league. You know, I think a lot of people are too focused on the league for me this season, when there's a lot of other things up for grabs and our season won't be defined solely depending on if we win the league or not.
Yeah, that's something with me. It's becoming league or bust, and I understand that. And I do think we will get back to winning leagues, 100%. But the thing is, to me, is I'm going to be straight, and this is me just being honest. I can't get excited on the Champions League until I'm in the quarters and I'm there, and right now I'm seeing it. Right, because I got all excited last season, and things changed. Now, for me, and this is just, I'm taking the league, the season, snippets at a time. So right now, we've got 3-4 important players out till probably international duty in October. So for me, in my head now, I'm just trying to get us through the international break. Get Mamouche back, get Cherky back, get Kovacic back. But by the way, Pep said that's now close, a lot closer than people think, which I think will be a massive help.
Good. We need him.
Yeah, ain't Nori back. When I start getting because again, we're not quite where we were last season, but look at the bench tomorrow night. He's going to be flooded with EDS again. And I know Danny loves it and he's going to get excited, but in the Champions League...
No. I want the EDS in the morning. I don't care.
No, but you know what I mean? I'm all excited for Mikasa and Mifune to get on the bench tomorrow because it's experience. But
sure,
top teams don't go in with 5-6 EDS players sat on the bench.
No.
But if we do that, then
their moment is next week against Huddersfield.
Yeah, that's spot on. And that's why I'm not resting Rodri tomorrow, because Rodri can have a week off next week. Rodri can rest next week.
But my issue though, I think if you see, like I suspect we will see a very rotated squad tomorrow, because I'm imagining that I would prioritize the Arsenal match. I'm expecting Pep to prioritize the Arsenal match. Now I could be wrong.
Me, Tariq, sorry to jump in.
Oh, you're good.
You fell in the trap.
Nice. Yeah, Danny already knows what I have planned there. Hang on. Right? Last season, and I hear what everyone's going to say now. I just need to... Right, so this was Manchester City versus AC Milan last season. Yeah? Funnily enough, we played Arsenal the next game. We went with Edison in net, Ruben Diaz, Josko Gabardio, Manuel Akanji, Rico Lewis, Jack Grealish, Rodri, KDB, Bernardo, Silvio, Haaland. Then we come to the Arsenal game 3 days later. Edison, Walker, Diaz, Akanji, Gabardio, so there was only one change at the back. Bernardo Silva, Rodri, Silvio, Gundogan, Haaland, Dokken. KDB was missing. So we did kind of go strong this time last season as well.
But the only difference, what day was this match and what day was the Arsenal match?
This one was a Wednesday.
Wednesday. Was it the Wednesday, Sunday? So
Wednesday,
yes.
So we have one less day of rest.
Big up, Sheikh. I agree with that. I hear that. But I'm thinking maybe it's May, and I hear the Rodri, because I think everyone's worried about Rodri. Am I right? Is everyone looking at resting
absolutely.
Rodri?
I am.
Yes.
Right, so everyone is.
And to a certain extent, Foden too, to a certain extent, because I don't know how,
Now I'm bothered, because where's your creation tomorrow?
Well, I fully expect us to struggle a little bit, but that's where you're going to have Savio. You're going to have Oscar Bob. You're going to have, if you play Doku, you're going to have those guys creating or doing something, because, like I said, I kind of, in my head coming into this conversation, in my head, it was almost a throwaway game. and I don't want to say it's a throwaway game because that feels wrong. But I am going
But
to
Tariq,
go a heavily rotated squad. Nico G is going to be starting in midfield for me. I'll probably throw Bernardo in there, maybe. But
it scares me that. I'm sorry.
It might, but again, I'm prioritizing Arsenal, and I want our fully fit best squad for Arsenal.
But Tariq, right? Like Martin, let me just say this, right? Like, what message is that saying to the squad, though?
Just going to the bathroom.
Like, what message is that saying to the players that have been coming out saying we want to right our wrongs? We want to show the fans that we're going to give our all in all the competitions to show that, you know, we want this, we're hungry, you know? And
I can tell you exactly what it says to the squad. It says we are in the midst of an injury crisis and we don't have the ability at the moment to play a fully fit squad every single match at the moment. We have to get more people healthy. Now, again, Foden coming back has been great, but we still don't have Turkey. We still don't have any number of these players. And I think, Marmoush is out. What happens if Haaland gets hurt, right? So I understand your point, and at the end of the day, Pep is going to make his decisions. He's a much smarter man than me. He's going to do what he's going to. And Pep probably is going to play a relatively strong squad because that's what Pep does. I am concerned that we can't drop any more players. We can't lose any more players to injury. And again, if I have to prioritize one over the other, I would be prioritizing the Arsenal match. But that's my only concern. Again, I understand if we had more players fit, yeah, I'd throw everybody out there.
Yeah. I get that. I'd make a couple changes myself. I wouldn't go wholesale changes. I'd go maybe 2, 3, 4. But again, I still want continuity in some areas. I want continuity at the back, for example. Like like we talked about on Sunday, the chopping and changing in all the center back partnerships we had last season.
That's a great question. If this was Madrid tomorrow, would you all the rest in Rodri?
So me personally, I play the same back line just for familiarity purposes. Because by the time the going gets tough, by the time we get to the business end of the season, I want that back four to pick itself like it did in all our peak years. Last year, we didn't know what we were going to do at the back. So, yeah. So for me, 2, 3 changes. And aside from that, you keep the same team.
Okay, I'm just looking at our fixtures now. So our fixtures are, so we've got September, Napoli, Arsenal, Huddersfield. So he's going to get a week off there. Burnley at home. Could you not rest Rodri then?
Yeah, but you wouldn't rest him in 2 consecutive games, would you?
Well, then you got Monaco away, Brentford away, Everton at home, Villarreal away, Villa away.
That's a good point.
This is what I'm saying. I hear what everyone's saying, but no worries, mate. I know what everyone's saying about Rodri, but he had a chance to play 380 minutes. He's only played 200 minutes so far.
See, he'd be one of my 2, 3 changes, but I do get where you're coming from.
And the reason I'm not now is where I'm a little bit different. I'm not saying playing the whole 95 minutes. Playing 60, 65, then make the sub.
Question is, though, Martin, if it's 1-1, 60, 70 minutes in, would you keep him on? Or is it a plan?
All right, you're 2-0 down in 20 minutes when you call G on the pitch. You then bring on Rodri.
Well, then the damage is done. It's exactly like the Tottenham game. We went 2-0 down. He brought on Bernardo.
That's what.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
if we didn't have Real Madrid in the group, I'd probably be less thing. But we got frigging Real Madrid. This is the problem. People are if we were playing.
Yeah, our group isn't that easy, guys. I'd
hear it if it was Villarreal.
No. If it's Madrid, it doesn't really change for me. It's still in fact. It's actually kind of weird. I feel like I'd rotate.
Is anyone playing Gavardio then? Because it was saying Rodri's injured, then Gavardio needs to come out then, and Foden needs to come out, and then that's what I'm saying. Are we reducing the squad?
Yeah, I would have Gavardio out. I would play Ake. I would have. I'd still have. So I would have Nico O'Reilly on the left. I would have Ake. I'd probably have Ruben Diaz, and I would probably have, or maybe I might go Kuzanov. I don't know. And then I'd have Nunez I'm probably playing Rico in midfield, and
who's
I know
playing the Carabao Cup then? So we're
Rico
playing
can
Rico
play. I mean,
tomorrow.
those young players can play again in the Carabao Cup. But now let me play, because again, I told you how I feel. Now let me play the devil's advocate to my own self. Go against my own self here and argue the other side. Is that the only way Rodri gets back into that normal rhythm and flow, and we see the best, or the what we've always known of Rodri, the only way to get him back to that is to give him minutes so that he can get back to it. So from that standpoint, I understand why he would play. So I could see both sides, but if you're asking me what I would do, I would probably rotate. But again, that's probably not what Pep's going to do, because Pep doesn't believe in throwing away games or throwing away competitions or any of that. He's always going to go, I won't say full strength, but he's always going to try to win every match, every competition. So I get it.
It's fine. That Madrid question's interesting, because I'd take a more counterintuitive approach. I talked about the 5 wins, 2 draws, 1 loss. That's the 1 loss I have penciled in. I'd rotate even more. It's more of a free hit then. But maybe that.
Yeah, so I wouldn't be playing, to Harry's point, I wouldn't be playing the Mikasas and those guys from the start. I think they'll probably.
What's that? Great point. Harry's made up. We're playing Bolton 24 hours earlier, so you're not going to play Mifuni and all them.
Yeah, they're just there to make up numbers. But
there was a situation like this a few years ago. The Wickham game, if anyone remembers that, where we went Lavia, Egan Riley, and Bette Burns and Wilson Esbrand at the back. The EDS had a game that same day. So the first team will take priority in that case.
Yeah, no, I know it will. I look at the Carabao. We just talked about we need to win the Carabao Cup. And when I've looked at Pep in the Carabao Cup, remember Spurs last season, we all thought he was going to go kids again.
Oh, he went aggressive.
He went strong as hell. Newcastle the year before, he went quite strong.
He was aggressive, and then Phillips.
Yeah, he doesn't tend to put the kids out in the Carabao as much as everyone. Well, he does, but he doesn't put 5 or 6 out.
The only time I can think about it was the Bournemouth game where Delap scored, but that was because that was because it was Monday, Thursday. We played Wolves on the Monday, and then it was Carabao on the Thursday. So he had to.
What was the score with Tottenham last season? Was it 2-1?
2-1. It was 2-1.
I want to look at the lineup for that. I want to look at the lineup for that. I want to see, because this Carabao Cup's really chucking me at the minute, and I know it's
Savio played. I think Diaz played like 45 minutes, and they put Vardiel on at halftime. Might have been the other way around.
There it is. Right, so this was the City lineup for the Carabao Cup. Ortega, Lewis, Stones, Ruben Diaz, Ake, Gundogan, Savino, O'Reilly, McAtee, Nunes, Foden.
Aggressive.
There's only really 2 youngsters in there. Jacob Wright didn't come on till late. See, that's my worry with this Carabao Cup. Pep doesn't go as light as everyone thinks he does.
Yeah. I do think a couple of those.
Calvin Phillips. Are we going to see bloody KP at Huddersfield?
It's a good question. That's
probably.
He's got to earn 150 grand a week somehow.
Yeah, and we got to put him in the shop window to say that he can still move, he can still play. So for the next player, you want to
see Rico dueling with KDB, Lobotka, and McTominay.
Yeah, it's not ideal, and I recognize it's not ideal, but for me, it's the lesser of 2 evils. But I understand why people don't like it.
Do you know what I don't trust? And I'm being cynical here. Rico Lewis and Nunes are getting the shit at the moment off a lot of people. And as much as we're all saying right now, tomorrow I'm not that bothered, it don't mean a lot. If we get stomped 3-0 tomorrow, for example, no one's going to come in afterwards and go, well, I expected that. It was only an player, not that bothered about it. They will lose their shit. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
And everyone will go back to Rico. They'll all go back to Nunes, and we should have done this, we should have done that. And it all becomes revisionist again. That's the problem for me.
I think we will know as soon as the lineup drops, we will know how Pep feels about this competition or this match, let's say. Because if he has a really strong squad that says Pep saying, I refuse to accept losses, right? If he comes out with the midfield of Nico G, Rico, and I don't know who else, say he plays Oscar Bob through the middle or something like that, then we know, okay, Pep is prioritizing Arsenal, and so no one's gonna say, "Oh, we want to lose," but if we lose, it's like, okay, we can see why. We see what Pep was doing. It is what it is. Now, again, we want to win every match. Let's just be honest. We want to win every match. We want, and to your point, if he goes with only a small bit of rotation, let's just say he puts Rico Lewis at right back and we end up losing, then people will target Rico Lewis. If he puts Nico G in midfield and we lose, people are gonna blame Nico G. So I almost feel like you just might as well just rotate completely, because then if we lose, it's just gonna be like, okay, Pep just didn't care. If you only rotate a little bit, then okay, we still expect to win, and if we don't, then we're looking for scapegoats.
Right, John. I'm going to hit you with this, because I've been told I've got an agenda. Again, people need seriously. I'm not. When my issue with Nico J or agenda or whatever is the number 6 role. I have no issue with him in the 8 role. My issue is the 6. And with what Andrew's about has put here, and Pep mentioned it very clearly in the presser. He made a point of saying Kovacic is back imminently.
Do we really think that Kovacic is a better fill-in at 6 than Nico G is?
Yes.
Right now, yes.
Really?
In a Pep system. So I'll have that caveat. In a Pep system.
I would go Nico G personally.
I think if you said Kovacic as an 8, yep.
Yeah.
But
as
a 6? Now, neither one of them are 6s in my opinion.
But Derby that did it. He came on in the Derby. It was the worst cameo I've ever seen from him. He just collapsed.
Who?
Nico J. The first thing he did was give the ball to United and nearly got them a goal. And then, let's be honest, I'm going to be totally honest, he was borderline in a red card with that tackle. I don't know what the lunge was about. Trying to win. I don't know what it was about, whether it was for. And then he gets nutmeg later on.
He did get nutmegged. I remember that.
I'm like, I can just see. Listen, I think he's a very, very good 8. I don't think he's a 6. He's not strong enough for a 6 for me.
Okay.
Fair point.
I don't know. I like Nico G, but I see the issues pop up for sure. And do I think he is going to make it currently at City? I don't know. I think if he stays long enough to where Pep is no longer the manager, I feel like he has a better opportunity to make it personally. But on the whole, I do think when he does play, there are games where you're like, oh, wow, he was pretty good today. And it's just those small issues that you mentioned that, you give the ball away and Pep, that's the only thing Pep can remember is that you didn't keep the ball, problem with it. And which is a problem. And I agree. I think if we give him more of a leash, I'm hopeful that there's something there. But
right, Jack, like if you're talking about receiving the ball and turning,
yeah, he's not great at that.
Who's better, Kova or Nico G?
Kova is definitely better than that. But that's not the only part of being a midfielder. I do agree.
No, that's what I was saying. 6, not a midfielder. I think it's 6.
Pep Guardiola 6 as well.
Yeah, Pep Guardiola 6.
Pep Guardiola 6.
But is the Pep Guardiola 6 the same this year? Now that we're moving to Donnarumma, we're going to play more long balls. Is it fair to assume that you're going to have the same expectations?
Well, that's the point. We don't know. We need to see tomorrow night, see whether he goes with his system again or whether that was just a Man United
one-off. Yeah,
we need more time. I think it's unfair to give up on Nico G already.
No. Nobody's saying give up.
I'm not giving up on him. I'm giving up on him as a 6, not an 8. I think he's a very good 8.
But he's never going to play as an 8. I don't think.
He's never really going to play as a 6, though, is he? This is the problem with Nico G. He is a backup.
Sure, but
an expensive backup as well.
Yeah.
That's my point. And his agent is Jorge Mendes. And that scares the shit out of me because Jorge Mendes is not going to allow his guy to sit on the bench forever.
Well, if he wants to go, that's actually better for us. Yeah, I mean,
wants to
because
go, he
then
goes.
if he
I mean,
wants to leave, then
that's
we
what it
sell
is.
him, and then we don't have that. But I just feel like as long as he's here, we should be playing him to get. And again, what?
Well, what's this? Pep's last season. He's got till 2027. It's not in the last year of his contract. Unless
Yeah,
you think he's going to leave Kings.
Yeah, I mean, again, if he wins it, maybe he does leave, but
I think if he wins the league in the Champions League, he will walk.
Yeah,
I
he
think
still has a
should walk
contract.
at that point. But he's never broken a contract ever, you know. Never broke a contract.
I do think
He's left at the end of contracts, but he's never walked or been sacked from one.
First time for everything.
Oh, look at the bloody hell! You need to get a true city back. Yeah, look at him.
Kate, you are extremely agenda driven, mate. You are very, very agenda driven.
What contract did he break?
No, he was talking about because I said he thinks Savinio was worse than Nico G.
Oh.
Yeah.
Savinio was not good. Let's be honest. He was not good, but he's been away. So shouldn't have expected him to come in and just be good or even great.
I'm going to ask this question, Raja. Are you not a Pep fan anymore? Have you lost a little bit of that sparkleness?
No, I am. I'm not guy sitting here saying Pep out. I want to see. It's hard because I feel like Kovacic.
No, I've been a bit naughty with that question. I don't know I have, so I do apologize.
No, it's fine. Kovacic is a player who we know what he is. He's not going to get any better. He's only at this point declining. He's 30, whatever years old he is. He's not going to improve. Nico G, if given the opportunity, he still has room to get better and improve. And if he doesn't play, we're just never going to see it. But I get it. Like, winning now is more important for the club than Nico G improving. Like, sorry, Nico. We need to win
That's
games.
The problem. We bought too many not ready now. And I get it. That's where I think, because we've now cleared the decks, you know, we did a massive, this where I do give Viana credit. You got the people out. Now we've got room to make moves. Whether it's January or whether it's the summer, we've now got room to make the moves. And don't forget, in the summer, Bernardo's probably going to go on. I think that to Benfica will happen.
Sure.
Unless Mourinho says he don't want it. But Mourinho will probably love a Bernardo type player in there.
He'll probably be sacked.
Stones is going to go. So you are going to lose 3 or 4 players. First teamers in the summer. So you're going to have room to bring in. I know they are having a look at Mark Gahey. They are seeing whether they can do something in January. Because they're already a step ahead. If we know Stones is going, in you come.
Yeah. Gahey's probably going to end up at Liverpool, though.
You've got to have a go.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure. The prettiest girl.
Make him say no.
Club. You have a little go if you can.
What's the worst that could happen? Restraining order.
Yeah, he says no to us. Then it says it's whether Liverpool put the money down in Jan or whether they go, we'll leave it till the summer. Because then you're giving Palace a question. The Palace let him go for free? Or do you put 30, 40 million in Jan?
No, maybe Liverpool's trying to do the Real Madrid thing, right? They're going to say, well, just hang on and wait for us and then we'll get you on free.
For free, aren't they? So,
yeah.
Which is
Palace might be competing in Europa League or Conference League, though, so it might be more valuable to keep him and lose him on a free in terms of their hunt for a trophy.
We can make a swap. This is NBA style. This is an American show. This is an American show. We can make trades. We're gonna trade John Stones and cash for Mark Gahey.
Cash considerations.
Cash considerations. This is an American show. This is what we do. We do stupid stuff like that.
Bro, a second-round pick as well.
Yeah, there you go.
A player to be named later.
That's the one, right?
Somebody from the academy.
Absolutely not. No.
We'll loan one of the young players next year. We'll loan Naipan to him next year.
Oh, yeah. We'll see.
I think Naipan's getting used for homegrown.
We'll see what happens.
I think that's why it's been shifted to Borough.
Well, if you saw the interview, you saw the interview you had, you can tell like he really like allowed the club. Like he said, he talked to Pep. Pep was heavily involved in the decision. The club was heavily involved. The club has sent. It seems like we do this with a lot of loanies, but they sent over, like a team down there to make sure he's well taken care of. So, there is some level of investment there. And I don't think you need to rush him out there because of the players we do have and the midfielders we probably will have. So it is intriguing to see what becomes of 9 for us.
And then you got Echeverri and Race, and then Juma Bard. It's gonna be intriguing. It will be. Right. I'm gonna ask Danny.
Yes.
What is your prediction for tomorrow night? Come on.
I'll say a gritty 2-1 win, just like in 2017.
Ooh, gritty 2-1. Like it. Right, Jack?
Well, I would love a gritty 2-1, but I more lean on, I think we're rotating, or Pep will end up rotating. That's my guess, and I think we draw 1-1. That's how I feel at the moment.
Sure. Tariq?
I think I'm probably thinking a 1-1 kind of, because I think like Ryjack, we probably rotate a bit, but I like the 2-1 prediction as well. I'll take either one of them. Just don't lose.
Just don't lose. I like that.
But we lose is KDB, so it's okay.
No, it won't be okay. This is the point. This is the point. We have to win. We have to win for it to be okay. If we win 2-1 and KDB gets that one, hey, cool. It worked out for everybody. But if we lose, it doesn't matter.
No, do you know why I don't want to draw? Because last year we drew against Italian top team.
Stop.
And then we went and drew against Arsenal.
Mm.
I want to win. And then
I want to win all our games, but
we owe them.
Yeah.
We got beat 5-1 off them last season.
Yeah, their president is talking too much for me too. Their president is talking way too much for me right
Napoli?
now.
Who, the Canny?
He hates us.
Yeah, he said something crazy, didn't he?
Oh, Di Canio. Yeah, I did see that. I forgot what he said.
How Di Canio got the balls to talk about any manager? As a football player, we can have a chat, but as a manager, get out of town.
Yeah, because he managed. Was it? Who did he manage?
He didn't
Was it
do
West
well
Ham?
at Sunderland.
At Sunderland.
Sunderland. Yeah, I remember when he managed.
I remember
He had,
the famous
it was
goal.
the goalie he had a big, massive flip with. Him and the goalie against Swindon. They had a massive flip about it. I don't know. Ed.
You know what? With the back of the performance from Holland, I think you can't take Foden out of this team because I think he needs to play to get that mojo back, to keep that smile on his face. Pause. So I'm going to go 3-1.
Big call. I hope you're right.
I'm gonna go 4. I don't know, everyone's gonna look at me and think they haven't conceded 1 goal, they're undefeated and all this. You know what it is? I think Haaland and a lot of them, they've got the bit between the teeth. I think Sunday, maybe I'm going OTT with it, but Sunday, I think gave us an uplift. I keep saying it, I've not seen the stadium bounce like that in 18 months. I mean, bounce like that in 18 months. We haven't done the Poznan in 18 months.
I was going to say, it was great. It was great watching and seeing you guys doing the Poznan. That was awesome.
I was doing the Poznan in my bedroom. That's how excited I was. Mate, I was singing cigarettes the whole time.
Yeah, it was beautiful. They showed the crowd and they were like, it's going all the way around. It was awesome. When I went to the Fulham match last season, they did it briefly, and so I got a chance to, like, the whole family turned and we were all turned around, but it was really quick. But yes, this last one was beautiful. I love it.
Well, as long as we don't get scenes like you got at Anfield tonight, with Simeone wanting to have a fight with half of
that was crazy.
Liverpool.
I didn't get to see it.
God. Oh, you should have a look at it. Simeone went wild. He wanted to fight everyone. Not the
I take it they lost.
It was fans. It was fans.
He was going to the stand to fight them.
Oh.
He was not having it.
Champions League nights at Anfield got to him.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, I mean, they got to Pep as well, but not to the same extent. I know it's a Premier League game, but the one where he's going like that.
Yeah.
The old handball in 2020 or in 2019, but yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. But I'm going to go 4-1. I do think we'll concede, but I think we'll get 4 because I think the big man's going to be hungry tomorrow night.
So if we win 4-1 and KDB scores, you're gonna good kudos to KDB.
I will do it at the end and before, not during. If he scores, he's getting the middle finger.
What if we're up 4-0 when he scores?
No. While the ball's in play,
the game's already over. Well, the game's already over. You already know how it's going to end.
Are we going to have a Tifu for him? Are we doing that?
Actually, we
I don't know if there is.
We might.
I don't know if there is. Did you hear Pep's cheeky response today when they asked him about City being the favourites for the Champions League? He went, apparently we're not good enough.
I mean, do any of us think that we are Champions League favorites?
Well, I think Pep thinks, everyone's wrote us off. So
I think we're top 5, top 7.
I think you use that to motivate. It's locker room talk, but I definitely don't think that we are favorites. No, but I think we should be in that top 8 group. Yes, absolutely.
I want him to use this. I want him to go in that dressing room and go, everyone doubts you, including some of your own fans. Everyone thinks you're not good enough anymore. So remember, and just put it on him. Go out there and show. And as much as we're all going rotating everything else, Erling Haaland has said it. He lives for these nights. These are Erling Haaland's nights.
I know we've had this whole discussion of which game is more important today or Sunday. I hope the players aren't thinking that. I hope they're equally important to the players. I don't want the players to be playing tomorrow with one eye on Sunday. I want them to be playing for tomorrow and to win the game tomorrow.
But why not 4-1? I don't get why not 4-1? Everyone did this a couple of years back with Leipzig. Oh, Leipzig going to be hard. It's going to be tough. We slapped them. Someone's got to slap them. So anyway, it is what it is.
I think Holland is 2 goals away from 50, right? UCL?
Yeah, he's already on 90. But apparently Isaac's better than him. Nice to see you. You see that tonight. He lasted long, didn't he?
Did he get hurt or was he just taken off?
I don't know. Am I starting the Poznan? I don't know. Will I? I don't know. We'll see. Hey, lads. Hope you're well. Great panel. Cheers, Keely. Hope you're all right, mate. Reggie's gone 6-2. So you think I'm mad? Danny, where you at Sunday then? Because we won't speak till...
Where am I at for Sunday? Yeah, no. The crazy thing is, at this time next week, we'll have played 3 matches. It's crazy to think that.
Well, next week we might have to move stateside for another day because I'm at Huddersfield away.
Oh, yeah, you are.
I'm at the Huddersfield game, so I won't be home till midnight. Unless you want to go at midnight, then it's a post match. You can do.
I mean, the good thing is midnight for you is only like what 7 for me.
Well, that's what I mean.
For Danny, it's like it's 4 in the afternoon. Ooh, it's nothing.
Yeah.
Well, I have got a bit of news. I know I do space a lot, but I am going to start doing some shows in the middle of the night. Just to, so they're going to be like spaces, but we'll do them in a more civilized, sensible. I thought might as well. So if anyone wants to come on during the week, you're more than welcome. USL favourites, PSG, Barca, Liverpool, Real. Ooh. Right, where are you at with Arsenal, Danny?
Again, a big game just to keep our heads afloat in the Premier League. I want momentum to keep going. And again, I want to see how our attack can sort of stack up against, to me, probably the best defense in the world at the moment. They set up excellently. They've got great depth there. They play the same sort of 4 center backs that we did a couple years ago. And yeah, no, the teams sort of hate each other nowadays. It's not always been a traditional rivalry, but in the last 2 years, they've been directly competing for stuff. So it'll be a fiery match there. There's already been tensions brewing there since the late Rodri goal. I think their fans have started hating us since that very moment, but we'll see. Very important game in the greater context of the league because we're going to be competing against them as one of our title rivals. So my focus is on tomorrow for now, but again, very, very important game. We'll see what happens. It's interesting because we go into that game as sort of underdogs. It's a dynamic we're not really used to. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, 3 a.m. Martin talks. Get here for it. We're going to do it. Rajat, where you at with Arsenal? Do you think we can win it?
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I still go into every game thinking we should win the game. I don't think we will, like maybe I used to think going into every game, we were winning every game. But I feel confident still, even with the slow-ish start. I feel good about it. I think Odegaard and Saka may not play. Is that also correct? I know they didn't play the last game. So I mean,
apparently they are now training.
Okay, so we'll see. I mean, that's a huge loss for both of them. I mean, Saka maybe more than Odegaard, but I always like seeing Haaland go against Arsenal, just with the antics that we always get. It's a very fun watch, and it's been a while since we beat them, like we talked about earlier. So
Zacharias is doubtful. Is that true?
He took a nasty hit to the head.
Yeah, he had a very, very deep cut.
Oh, yeah, he did. I saw that.
2-1 win. Cade's gone for. I suppose, is Enrique a realistic prospect? Is Pep re-signing a realistic prospect?
Enrique might be retired in 2-3 years' time. He's not really.
That may extend in a year's time.
Exactly.
I do love Enrique, though, man.
For me, for Sunday,
I can't turn me back on me goal. It's me goal, and I'm not turning it back. I want,
and I'll join you in that boat, Martin. I'll never turn back.
5 more years and a king. I want 5 more years.
5? Is that it? Give me 50.
Well, no, I'll go 5.
He's still young. I mean, he doesn't have to stop. He can go another 20 years if he wanted.
I want to beat Baconface.
But for me, for Sunday, I think the way the last time we went to the Emirates and the way they pressed us, I wouldn't mind going long, honestly, instead of trying to, dilly-dally in the back with that type of pressure they're going to put on us. If you guys remember at the Emirates, they were on top of us. So I think long ball might work against them. And, there's still, I know people don't say we still have that fear factor, but in the back of every team's mind is City can this on any given night. So, I think if our players come to play, it's definitely going to be a good game. Remember when we had Rodri last season, we looked better than them. So I know Rodri isn't, fully fit and everything, but still, having that player in there in the middle will give us a boost too. So it's going to be interesting, man. I got us. It's such a hard call, that game, because, Arteta can set up the nastiest low block at the same time. So I'll go for 2-1 too. I'll go for 2-1.
So my thing is this. In the past, they've been able to just keep us out, and then they were going to get a goal because we weren't really solid at the back. Between the keeper and the back line, we weren't very solid. It's only been one match, but I feel like Donnarumma changes that. So while I don't think there's going to be a lot of goals, I could see a 1-1, but I'm going to go 1-0 us. And that's big, saying we're going to keep a clean sheet, because we don't do that very often. But I think they're not going to be super attacking. They're going to try to keep it tight. But I think we nick one. I think we nick one.
You can't make the same mistake you did last time, gifting them a goal 2 minutes in, because from then on, you know how they're.
Yeah, that would. Then they're going to just shut down Shut
Not
up,
what
shop.
Crushing off to go through.
If they are going to score, they have to earn their goals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spot on. Right. Well, we'll leave it there. We're not at 100 likes, which is shocking. Shockingly bad. Come on. Smash those likes up. We're not even at 100 likes. And YouTube's having havoc at the minute with notifications, etc. So we need help at the moment from the Mankway community on getting it out there. If you are on X, please come over, give it a thumbs up. 4 people have thumbs down it. You don't realise you're still helping the algorithm, giving it a down tick. So big up to you guys.
Did they give the thumbs down when I said that I wanted KDB to do well and we win? Because I'll take it back if we get to 100. I'll take that whole statement back.
Yeah. We'll say me going for 2-0. I just don't see Donnarumma conceding 2.
That's why I don't either. I generally don't. They're gonna try to play for the step piece, the corners and all that.
Yeah, that's,
for sure.
And that's notoriously one of Donnarumma's weaknesses, commanding the box on corners and stuff. That's my worry. But again, we'll just have to see what happens.
Does anybody still feel sorry for Trafford?
Yeah.
I do still feel sorry for him, but I think it's the right decision. But I do feel sorry. And again, I think it's one of those things where you have an opportunity to upgrade a position. And in order for us to win trophies, we have to take those opportunities. Even if me as a dad of a kid that's about Trafford's age is like, oh, that sucks. It's kind of sad for him or her or whatever. So yeah, no, I do feel sad for him, but I do think it's the right decision. And I think, you got to do what you got to do. And unfortunately for him, it just means that he's going to be playing against Huddersfield.
Yeah, as a human being, I feel sad for him as a City graduate. But I said it's the badge before the name now. And Donnarumma is an upgrade. He's one of the best 2-3 goalies in the world. I don't see, it is what it is. Can make cash in and sell him to Newcastle. I don't think Newcastle will.
I don't want to be that club either.
If it got us, what's the right back? Or I guess he could be right or left.
Livramento. I don't think they will though because
Livramento.
It's heartless though. Bringing back academy products
just to ship them off. Yeah, it feels a little slimy.
Horrible.
It feels a little slimy, but the ends justify the means, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm still playing Trafford. I think he'll play.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
New stadium. I think he'll play at Huddersfield. And we'll see. It is what it is. It's Manchester City FC. That's what it's all about. Yep. Right, guys. Big up to Tariq. We got anything coming up, mate?
Live stream, lit stream tomorrow. I don't know. I don't have in front of me who the guests are. But yeah, we'll be on tomorrow evening. It's 8:00 our time. So that's what, 5 hours. So yeah, so 1 a.m. you guys' time over in the UK. If you have insomnia and you're up, definitely want you to jump on. But if you're from the US and you're looking for we talk City, but we talk everything in that lit stream.
I'll do a redirect because we won't be doing post-match till gone 11. So
okay, that'd be perfect.
We'll redirect over to you if you're doing 1 a.m.
Yeah, so we would love to have any and everybody on. So yeah.
Yeah, get over there. Go and give them a lot of love. Danny?
Nothing going on really. I'll see you guys on the post-match after hopefully some good wins this week.
Yeah, hopefully. LB can go earlier because he doesn't go to games. He's armchair fan. It's a joke. Someone's going to come in. Yeah, big up by way LB for the LB for the thing earlier on. Really do appreciate that. Yeah, Shades of Blue Network if you want to find Tariq and Chunk and the rest of the boys. Hopefully I need to get on there because I am awake in the middle of the night anyway. The description is all in there. Right, Jack? Anything coming up, mate?
In there.
I know you're still getting on some fun reaction shows at the minute, aren't you?
Yeah, I've been doing live watch-alongs, I guess. people are finally seeing them, which is nice. Yeah, I'll do a watch along for the Arsenal game. Not for tomorrow. I will be at work, but I will have it minimized in the corner of my computer, so I'm watching the game. I'll do some post-match stuff and shorts, TikToks on Instagram, everything. So if you're interested, it's just my own YouTube channel. I got all the links there. Ryjack. That's it. So I got to search. Almost at 500 subs. I say almost, but we're getting there. So very much appreciated.
We can get him to 1K.
Get him to 500. Yeah, for
And
sure.
Ed, you're just part of it now, aren't you? So whatever way.
Hey man, you just gotta catch me where you can catch me. If you're going to the UCL, also get your Donnarumma booklet, UCL booklet. He's gonna be on the cover.
That's becoming a bit of a loving though, isn't it? That is one thing where James Shad must be like, for God's sake.
Yeah.
Trafford is being left behind on that. He's on the front of the programme tomorrow night. He's in every press conference. Everyone's gone on the knees because he went on his knees. Everyone's sort of loving it at the minute. All it took was him getting on the knees in front of the United fans, and everyone went, "Oh, I love this
Martin.
guy."
Hey, Martin, we're old, but all the young, you got to say pause when you say stuff like that for these young cats. You can't say they got to get on their knees and stuff.
That's an LB show.
So you got to say pause. You got to say pause. We're old enough that we predate pause.
I know what you mean, bro. All right, Bray. You know what I'm saying, Bray, bro.
Cade, stop being nasty, man. What's that comment about? That's out of line, mate.
Whoa, Cade, you're becoming a right little what's it, you here?
Twat. Martin won't call you that. I'll call you that. You're being a little twat.
Wow.
Hang on, Ed.
Taking bow tie.
Cade, Ed's slapping you down. Calm down, Cade, on it, mate. Cade, you're like the brand new present comes out and you get all excited. Pause. They are. Did I say it right there? Anyway, right, we'll be back hopefully next week. It will probably be late. I'll have a chat with the lads, see what they want to do. But it'll either be later or we'll do it the day before. We'll see. But I don't know why I've got a feeling I'm going to end up going at midnight because it suits them and I'm awake anyway. I'm a vampire. I know it's a joke, Cade. Calm down. But yeah, big up you all, Cinema. They are legends. Give it a like on your way out. Subscribe. Road to 8K. If you are on Twitter watching this, please come over, give it a like and a share, and we'll see you all on the next one. Tomorrow night, post-match. There is no Thursday night chat because I'm at the game. So there will be a post-match for Napoli instead around about 11:30, and we'll go straight over to Shade of Blues for 1 a.m. Take care, all.
Peace.
I've just pushed the wrong button. How long have I been doing this? Bye.